Say it ain't so. Golden Day is here, or is it Romantic Voyage? Just kidding. Hi, you guys. Welcome. If you're new here, my name is Aileen, and here we talk about all things makeup, mostly luxury makeup, skincare, and fashion. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, I hope you consider subscribing and joining the family. You guys, we did it. We did it. We got Dior to somewhat get it together, and we got our hands on Golden Day. Now, there was a lot of confusion on what Golden Day actually looked like because the website was wrong for about a week. Yeah, about a week. So for a while, the website said Golden Day, but had this as an image. And then they received this and named it Romantic Voyage. So for clarification, this quint here, which is what we're going to be looking at today, creating looks, is 569 Golden Day. And this one here is 749 Romantic Voyage. And I hope that clears anything up for anybody out there. As of right before I started filming, I checked the site. The site is correct. It took a while. Earlier today, they just took the pictures down completely, but the names were still there and you could still purchase. I took a risk. So I ordered this when the website had a picture of this and it said Romantic Voyage and received the purple. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to take one for y'all. I'm going to take one for the team. And I ordered the one that had the purple picture but said Golden Day, and I received this. But now that the website is fixed, for your shopping pleasure, it is now correct. So let's create some looks. I have a lot of comparison swatches that I want to do and have some fun, you guys. But like we always say before we go, comment, like, subscribe. Let's get to it. So if I am a little dewy, it is what it is. If you follow me on Instagram, you know I did my makeup super early today, like 7 a.m. But I'm going to go ahead and swatch Golden Day. And I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3 would be in the middle. And if you're not following me on Instagram, I did post pictures of this on Instagram with not only my hand, but my daughter's, and she's a darker skin tone than I am. And I hope that helps give anyone out there that may be deeper than I am. I just hope it's helpful and it helps you decide whether it's the quint for you or not, because it's a lot of money to just spend and then it doesn't go with you on your skin tone. I did get a lot of requests to do that as often as possible, and I ran it by her and she definitely said, okay, as long as I'm not in school. School is more important. So obviously I agreed. So if I'm ever going to post swatches and you see my arm and not hers, just call me out. Call me out. Aileen, what happened to Talia's arm? And I'll post it when either that day or when she's around. So this is the quint right here. This is a very like a copper champagne, and this is like a satin shade. This is a topper shade, and this is like a gold with some champagne in it, and it's a true topper shade. This is a soft rose satin, and these are mattes. This is your black, and then this is your brown. It's very a taupe-like brown. It's not like a chocolate brown. So this is the palette right here, and this is the Dior 569 Golden Day. So let's do some comparisons, and hopefully that'll help you decide whether you need it in your collection or not. So I just randomly, just whatever I thought off the top of my head, I pulled out. So I just wanted to swatch a few. So this is the Natasha Denona Mini Star Palette. There's no black in here, but I was really interested in these two shades right here on how they compare to that first shade and this brown here. The browns are very similar, and this one on camera, I'm looking at the viewfinder, it kind of looks the same, but this is more copper and this is more pink. But on the eye, honestly, I don't think those two will have a distinguishable difference, except for the fact that this is satin and this does have like a shimmer in it, if you can see that, where this is like a smooth shimmer satin shade. So next I want to compare it to the Tom Ford Quad in Leopard Sun. These are the shades here. I really don't think it's going to be comparable, but I wanted to give it a try. So I'm going to swatch the brown. I definitely think, yes, this is a lot lighter. So here is the brown in Leopard Sun. This is Dior, and then this is the Natasha Denona Mini Star. Yeah, so right away I can tell you that this palette's not going to be a dupe. Where this shade here, it's a topper, and that's really why I wanted to look at it. So that's very similar, this topper and this topper. And this topper here is this shade right here from Leopard Sun. And I will go ahead and swatch this shade. This is definitely lighter and more pink, or this has more red to it. So distinguishably different. Next, I wanted to compare it to Mitza, and this is 689 Mitza. It is a Dior quint from their permanent line. So I just really wanted to see, I'm interested in off shades, except this one, they kind of have some similarities in the pan. But I'm gonna go ahead and swatch the whole palette. That definitely has more orange and copper to it than this. The topper shade is very similar. And then the middle shade from Mitza has more of a plum to it. And this is more of that soft pink. And this is the first shade in Mitza. That has more copper, where this has more peach. If you can see that. Definitely different. And this one is more like a chocolate brown with purple and plum. That's definitely not the same as this brown. I would say from the Mitza palette, the topper shade would be the closest match. Next, I wanted to swatch 649 Nude Dress. And this is from the Dior Permanent Collection. Okay, so here we are. This is Nude Dress. And if I turn this way right here to Golden Day, this shade is not the same. This is lighter. It is more peach, where this is more like a burnt rose. This is definitely more neutral, where this is more warm. Definitely different. And the topper shade on this one's very white. They're definitely different. So it doesn't compare to Nude Dress. So next, I want to compare it and swatch it to Tom Ford 04 Honeymoon. And let's see if any of these shades are comparable. Okay, so this arm here is Honeymoon. I will say that top shade is similar, but this has a little bit more peach and more pigment to it than the Tom Ford. The second shade, which is this one here, it doesn't compare. This one's more leaning like a purple plumish color, like where this is like a true pink. And this is not even a brown. This is like a eggplant purple, where this is a true brown and black. But definitely that first shade is very similar. So next, this is the first palette that just came to mind as having a blacks and warms, and the Natasha Denona Biba. So I'm going to try to dupe this and see how we do. Okay, so first I'm gonna swatch Shine. And again, this is the Natasha Denona Biba palette. This is Shine. It's very close. Yeah, I don't think you would be able to tell a difference on the eye. And next is Monroe. Yeah. Monroe's definitely more pearl. Shine is a close dupe to this one from the Dior Golden Day. They both have that peach hue. They both have like a little gold when you turn them and you see the shift. There is no topper type shade in the Biba, so I'm going to skip that one. There is no pink. This would be the closest, but this is not pink. This is very pearl, and this is very, ballerina pink. So there isn't a shade in Biba for that. So next I'm going to swatch Seed, which is a matte brown from the Biba palette. That is this shade here, very similar. This is Golden Day, and this is Natasha Denona Biba. And I'm just gonna swatch Cocoa to see what that looks like, but I don't think Cocoa would be a good match. No, definitely, and I don't think the camera really picks up the difference unless you're looking over here, you see more of the red hue. But this is Seed, and that definitely resembles the one from the Quint. And next I will swatch Spot, which is the black. So this is the black from the Natasha Denona, and this is the black from the Quint. I will say I've never used this black from Natasha Denona, and this is my first time swatching it. That is a smooth, intense black. Where here, I mean, I know you can't go depending on the swatches, but like you could tell a big difference. They are both like the same undertone of black. This definitely packs more punch as far as pigment in the swatch. And I was gonna try to compare it to the Sigma Untamed, but when I opened it and I looked at it, I was like, there really isn't anything. So next I'm gonna take a look at the Mama Pat Bronze Seduction palette, and we're just gonna see, because some of these shades speak to me. I will say Mama Pat has glitter where the Quints do not, except for that topper shade. This is Rose Gold 05 from Bronze Seduction. definitely different. This is Disobedient from Seduction, which is a brown. And I'm gonna swatch that again. This definitely has more purples and reds in it as far as undertone, where these do not. Yep, that's definitely different. Next, I will swatch Skin Show Divine Glow. That's definitely more pearl and doesn't compare. Next, I will swatch Astral Luna Gold. And yeah, that's like a topper and it's not the same. And like I said, this is very glittery. This topper is like micro glitter, not going anywhere. Where Natasha Denona's, you might have a little fallout, just a little bit. So that definitely did not compare to the Quint. And lastly, I haven't even played with this palette, but I will swatch it and compare it, is the Dior Cruise Look 022. So let me go ahead and swatch that. I did remove all the other swatches and just left the Quint. Okay, and here we are. So from here to the black, this is Golden Day, and this is Cruise. I initially thought this shade here would resemble it, but this really just leans more pink. This is more muted, and none of the other shades resemble the Golden Day Quint. So I feel good about it. I made a good choice. I don't have it. And if I have a shade scattered here and there, I don't have it all together, which is what I look for. Let's create a few looks and have some fun. Okay, swatches cleaned off. I did just put on some lip gloss so my lips don't get dry. And I used the Lisa Eldridge Affair. And I primed and set my eyes with the Makeup by Mario Prep and Set in the shade medium. You guys, that is amazing. I am excessively oily, like everywhere, eyelids, everything creases. Yeah, it's amazing. So the first look will be, we're gonna go based on how the box recommends. So the first 3 for a soft look and the bottom 3 for a more intense look, and then we'll just create our own. I'm gonna start with the BK Beauty 202, and I'm gonna start with this middle shade here. It really has been challenging to get our hands on this Quint, and sometimes it makes it worth it at the end, and sometimes you're like, I don't even know if I want it anymore. I was definitely on the, I still want it, and I still don't have resolution from Dior. They did call me. They did call me to tell me that I will get a phone call and I will be given options. What options? Who knows? I asked. I don't know. That will be up to the management team. Remember that free overnight code I said they gave me? It didn't work. I had to pay for the shipping again. I'm like, this is ridiculous. And I think they know my name and won't call me, in my opinion. So there is the middle shade. Because I've requested so many calls, it's just been insane. It really has been. But I took a chance. So next I'm gonna go into this first shade here, and I'm just gonna put that all over the lid, and then we'll use the topper and see what happens. So I need to know, did you guys try to get this Quint? And did you receive the purple one? Like, how disappointed were you? I was highly disappointed. I was highly disappointed because I paid for overnight shipping. It's not what I expected. And everyone who has messaged me on Instagram, like sent me a DM, I have responded. And I've tried to help as much as I can. And I know there were a few of you that Dior didn't even want to cancel the orders. Like, some they refused to cancel, some they told, okay, fine, we'll cancel it, you'll get a refund. They had no more pending on their credit card, and then received the shipping notice. Like, when I say hot mess, hot mess. So there is the first shade all over the lid. And it's just like, is this for real? And I'm just gonna apply the topper shade right in the middle with my finger onto the crease shade. And it's like, it's just baffling to me. Like, this is not a small indie brand. So there is the topper shade right in the middle. Very easy, light day look. And when I'm referring to the looks on the box, it's when you open the box on the tab, it's right on the inside, and it tells you like a soft look and an intense look, what shades they recommend. And you could really place those anywhere you like. So next, I've cleaned off my BK Beauty 202, and I'm gonna start with this shade here. So yeah, everybody that called Dior honestly really got a different answer. And I think that's what's the most frustrating part, is everybody got a different answer. Nobody got resolution, and they didn't know. Because for the first 2 days, oh, they were argumentative. They said let me know if you're one of the ones that receive this commentary from them. Whatever is pictured on the site is what you got. I said, no, that is not true. I got a purple palette. And what I'm about to tell you next is when I lost it. You're being untruthful. Excuse me? Hey, come again? Did you just call me a liar? That's when I requested for a manager's call, and I have yet to receive that call. Nor do I think I'm going to get it. So next I'm gonna go in with this black shade, and this is a Refer 13. And I'm really gonna tap that off and just start lightly. And I really want to bring that right here, where if I'm looking straight, you're going to be able to see it. And then kind of go right in that socket and kind of get it in there. And then once I've placed the majority of that color, kind of bring that black inward from the crease. But I want to make sure the color on this inner half is not as intense. I want it to blend inward lightly. Just because that's the way I prefer my shadows. It's just a personal thing. It really is. Sometimes I just feel, and I know it's not the case, but you know, makeup can change or enhance different things on the face. And for me, I feel when I bring a deep shade too far in towards the nose, like my eyes look sunken and my nose looks bigger. It may just be me. Very well maybe. So I'm gonna go back into this brown shade and soften these lines. But yes, I told them that I needed a manager to call me. I have yet to get that call. The girl, and don't get me wrong, and this is just a BK Beauty 201 with no product, and I'm just gonna soften this up. They were very nice, but not helpful. No resolution to the issue. So it was just mind-boggling. Like, such a large company, luxury, that this is the service that you are putting out there, just was mind-boggling. So there is the brown and black shade. Very pretty. And you can definitely intensify this. I buffed and buffed until I got a softer look, but you can definitely intensify it as you like. So next I'm gonna use the center shade here all over the lid. And I'm going to tap that in up to right where that black meets, and then work my way up. And then I will go back in with that black and kind of brush it onto this pink and just blend that line. And it really is nicely blended already. It's just a preference thing. So I'm gonna go back into that middle shade and bring this color into the inner corner and up. So because my eyes are hooded, I do want to bring this up. So I get the open eye but smoky effect. Next, with the Rephr 13, I'm gonna dip back into that black and intensify this. So I'm starting right at the socket and just flicking inward with just the tip of the brush. And there you go. So I'm going to do the lower lash line, and I'm still using my Rephr 13. I just pinch it. I clean my brushes after every use. So for me, it's easier. Like, if I can use the same brush and just pinch it, make it smaller, it's just easier for me when I'm going to wash my brushes that I'm utilizing and having to wash less brushes. And next I'm gonna go into the brown with the same Rephr 13. Tap that off, and I'm not going to pinch it. And I'm just gonna run that across the lower lash line. And here you are. And I didn't do a lower lash line here. Typically during the day, honestly, if I'm doing like a quick day makeup look, 9 times out of 10, I don't bring the shadow onto the lower lash line. I'll just throw on a liner. But this is really pretty. There are both eye looks. So let me remove these and we'll create another one. Okay, so we're back, and I totally realized as I was removing that I forgot to put on liner and mascara with those two looks. I'm sorry, but we'll do it with this, with this look. So for this look, I'm going to start with the brown, and I'm going to put that in the transition and down into the crease and just kind of buff that. Windshield wiper motions. So like I was saying, if anyone had like those difficult situations with Dior, I really hope they rectify them for you and everything gets worked out. I'm sorry. I mean, I know I can't apologize for them, but I apologize because I know what I went through and it wasn't fun at all. And I'm still going through it because technically I still haven't gotten a call back for resolution. I just ordered the wrong thing in hopes of getting the right thing and kind of found a way to still get what I wanted by working the system pretty much. So it's crazy, but yes. So that is that brown shade. That's such a pretty shade. And next with my finger, because I really want to see how this goes on with the finger, I'm going to go into this first shade here. Oh, yes. Look at that. So pretty. And more towards this inner corner, I'm going to go in with my Tom Ford 03 and just clean that up nicely and apply this nicely out here in the inner corner. And then just swipe that everywhere else on the lid. Oh, that's so pretty. I really like this shade. And with the BK Beauty 201, I'm going to get that topper shade very lightly. Add it on the brow bone highlight. In my Tom Ford 14, I'm going to go into the center shade and see what that looks like as an inner corner. It's like a nice rose goldy inner corner. So pretty. But it's more pink than rose gold. So pretty. That is a nice day look, but I'm going to clean the brush and go back into the brown shade and bring that down into the lash line, focusing most of the pigment on the outer third and then brushing it inward. And I want to place the topper shade right in the middle. It's just such a pretty topper. And it goes so well with this. See? So pretty. I love it. So next, on this side, I really want to do like the black and gold together. So I'm going to go with the Refer 13 back into the black. I thought I was just going to do 3 looks, but I'm just so motivated. Like all these looks are like in my head. And I'm like, oh, there's another one. So I applied that black down with the Refer 13. Now I'm going to go with the BK Beauty 202. Just because I like the more pointed shape of this brush. And if I may add, I have not had any fallout whatsoever, not even with the black. which is impressive for a black. Now I'm gonna go into the brown shade, kind of just go around those edges, and I'll soften those even more. There you are. And I'm really just smoking that out. Next, I'm gonna go into this shade here with my finger, apply it to the majority of the lid, and then I will go in with my brush and do more of the detail. And I'll use that same Tom Ford 03. This is such a beautiful color. I think this is one of my favorite colors, as well as the middle shade. And oh my God, a halo eye. Oh, I'm just like thinking of all these looks as I'm tapping this in, and I'm like, wow, that would be pretty. That would be pretty. Next, I'm gonna go back into the black and just intensify it. Because black is definitely one of those shades. I mean, you want to be careful with all shades because it's definitely always easier to add than to remove. So with very pigmented shades, like a black, like a dark brown, you know, those high pigmented, not easier to buff out shades, you definitely just want to work your way up. Even if you just keep rotating between brushes. And these are definitely simple one and dones. Like, I'm going a little all out here just so you guys see a lot of different shades used a lot of different ways. But would I go all through all this for a day look? Well, no, I wouldn't wear the black for the day, but I would do something simple like this. I would totally do one and dones and with a liner mascara. That's just me. Very simple. I went in with the black, now I'm going back with the brown. And I'm gonna go back into that lid, that shade that's all over the lid. I am going to apply it on the inner corner. Bring it onto the lower lash. And I'm going to go into the topper shade with the brush. So I want to see how it applies with the brush. It applied really well with my finger. And it applies really well with the brush as well. So I'm really curious to see how this black will do as a liner. So I'm going to use the Tom Ford 16, which is like a small angle brush. And I'm just gonna run it over the top of right above the lash line, as close to the lash line as possible. Because I was really excited about having a black. So I don't have black bow. And I was really excited about having a black in this formula. So that went down really nice. And I'm just smudging that out a little bit. And there you are. It did apply very nicely over that gold shade. However, I typically don't do that because I have hooded eyes and I want you to see more of that gold shade. So I typically tight line the waterline, like the upper waterline, with a black liner. So here are both looks without liner or mascara. So I would typically just do my upper waterline with a black instead of on the lash line. That's just my preference, so I don't take lid space away from the main lid shade. This is the liner in the Chanel 932 Matte Taupe, and I'm just going to apply this on the waterline. These really do just glide. And I like to apply it onto the waterline and then kind of brush it onto the lash line so it becomes part of the lower lash line. And these really do not budge. They really don't. And on this side, so if you can see that black shadow above the lashes, I'm gonna tight line. This is a Sigma pencil, long wear eyeliner pencil in the shade Wicked. I'm going to just tight line the upper waterline, and it just makes a huge difference. And it looks like you have like more voluminous lashes because you filled it in. And on this side for the lower lash line, I'm going to apply the Dior Show 24-Hour Stylo Intense Waterproof Liner. This is from the holiday, last holiday, and this is in the shade Pearly Gold. Okay, there we are. So let me curl my lashes and put on some mascara and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I did apply the Tom Ford Badass Mascara. So if you can see here, it looks more volumizing. And like I have a lot more lashes than this side. And that's because of the black liner on the upper waterline. So here are both looks with mascara. What do you guys think? I am really loving this quint. I'm so excited to finally have it in my hands. And I really love this shade right here. Like this shade are my favorite out of the two, but those are shades that I gravitate towards just because they're so pretty for every day, just everyday looks. And I mean, the black with the pink, the center shade was pretty. The black with the gold is pretty. Oh, she cute. Where we going? I'm excited. Like, and I still, as it's motivating, it's inspiring is what it is. Because as I'm sitting here, I created 4 looks. And as I'm sitting here, I'm still thinking of looks that I can create. Like a halo eye, like it's all over the brain and it's scattered and it's, ooh, I'm so excited. But let me know what you guys think. Did you pick it up? I hope you didn't experience what many of us experienced by ordering what we thought was Golden Day, but really was Romantic Voyage. And if you did, I hope that you were pleasantly surprised and you enjoyed Romantic Voyage. I'm really enjoying it. And I'm really happy to finally have Golden Day. And I'm excited. I'm excited to have both. But thank you all so much for joining me. Until next time, don't forget, we're all perfectly imperfect. Bye, you guys.